My name's Amaan. I'm from Tampa, Florida, Tampa and St. Pete area. I've been a Liberty Tax franchisee since 2014. First tax season was tax year 2014. So I started at the end of 2014, beginning of 2015. We have two offices. We have one in Tampa and one in St. Pete. Before, typically our marketing consisted of mainly the yard signs. Door hangers were almost completely ineffective for us, and trying to have someone go out, making sure that they're doing their job, instead of whatever else they could be doing. Mailers we've done, again, the percentage of people that we got from there, it's hard to say, but the reason I liked this season, I was able to kind of monitor exactly how many people were coming in from the digital marketing that we did through you guys. So initially, I hadn't really heard too much about it, but I had a friend, another franchisee, who was moving forward with it. And when I talked to him about it, he set me up on a call with you, and I think I just liked what I heard, and I think that the industry in general, not just our particular office, but like you said, anyone who's been in the industry for a little bit of time, once you do a couple of tax seasons, you kind of understand how things are done, where your clients are coming from, and things like that. And this just sounded like an opportunity for us to kind of tap a market that we hadn't necessarily tapped into yet. Everything was kind of stagnant, and we weren't really seeing a lot of growth year over year, which was expected, but you also don't want to see a decline. You don't want to see your numbers drop by 10, 20%, whatever it is. And so what I really wanted to do was kind of bring in a change our marketing strategy to try and bring some new clients in that maybe we lost over time, or that just hadn't been in at all and hadn't given Liberty a chance. My biggest concern as any business owner was, the cost of the actual program, the cost we were putting into marketing. It was am I going to see a return, or did I just spend all this money in something? Because typically when you go towards, those yard signs and things like that, it's ineffective, but the cost of that, doing that isn't, significantly high. We can get a few hundred signs for, a couple $100.
Yeah.
Whereas digital marketing is a little more on the expensive side. So that was probably my biggest concern thinking about it. Am I ready to commit? But we had been doing the other things. It wasn't that we didn't do any signs at all like that, but I knew that we had been doing it for the past few years and hadn't necessarily seen a big chunk of growth or anything like that. And so I was, concerned with that. So I had worked out the cost of what it was going to cost me, and it was somewhere I needed to get at least 14 to 15 brand new tax returns along our average net fee. So the way I did the numbers, I was like, if we get 20, the program paid for itself. I didn't make a ton of money off of it, but my cost was covered. Yeah. Right. And that's how I look at it with the yard signs too. If I'm buying 500 yard signs to cover the cost, I need to, make sure someone comes in from at least two of the 500 we put out. Yeah. Now, where they put out or not, that's a story. So, but with that, 20 was our break even, and I remember about, I want to say a week and a half left in the program. I checked it, and we were something at like 28, I think, where we had seen come directly from there. Out of all of the marketing tools that we used this season, this was the one we monitored the closest, and I'd say it was very easy to monitor because of the way everything was set up, the way it was fed. I think towards the end of the season, we ended up I think we had gotten 40 clients directly from that. Now that doesn't account for anyone that was referred, obviously, from those people, because some of them were just return clients that we had lost over the course of years because they moved down the street. Yeah. So just getting those clients back for whatever reason. So we did see some of that. I'd say around 40 is a safe number, if I'm remembering, correctly off the top of my head, as we got clients that we converted from that. from just them seeing the promotion online and coming on it. I'd say that was one of the positives from the program in general. I think, I guess my real point of contact was just you pretty much the entire time. So it was, anytime, could be 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. If I have something where I have a client come in, and I remember we had a couple, because I had 2 people managing the spreadsheet. So, one click of a button, it's a spreadsheet. So things can happen. But I know that when we encountered little minor troubles like that, I never had an issue getting in touch with you or, anyone else trying to resolve those issues. So with the phone scripts, I'd say that was another thing that honestly I forgot to even mention, but it was great. I usually take the scripts that corporate provides and then put more of a personal touch on it anyway. And this kind of already had that built in, where it was fairly obvious that it was someone from the industry had collaborated, and because what your clients are trying to hear, what we have to say to them to get them to come in the door. So based on that, I'd say they were a lot more effective than something you might just get from like a generic, office, because it's also the fact that, our corporate office, they got 4,000, 5,000 offices all over the place. So they have to come up with a script that's going to kind of cater to the general mass. But as a business owner, once you learn your business, how you need to speak to your clients, and what's going to get them to come in the door, what motivates them, what gets them out of bed. I think that script did a good job at targeting those clients. I'd recommend it. Again, complete honesty. And you said it too, my biggest concern, which I think I didn't have really any other concerns. I knew digital marketing was, my concern was, is it going to target my clients, or am I going to be catering to someone who's not necessarily one of my clients? It's just, that was one concern. And then the cost, but the cost is, you have to decide, I think I need this many clients at this price point. And I could have gone with a lower spend for the marketing if I wanted to. But at that point, being that far and spending that much money, and, asking for genuine recommendations, I'd say I made some money. And I don't see why, someone else might not be able to. It brought in a lot of people that we may not have generally contacted. And it gave us the opportunity to try and pursue more clients directly rather than just generalizing our marketing to the public. I'm pumped. I'm looking to see what you guys have that's new.